Hi, you're tuned in to the State of Modern Philippines or the Stomp. Coming up is round 4 and we have two good players, Dave Orbon versus Paul Gacad. I'll be joined by my colleague Jace in the coverage. Okay, we're back for round 4 and we have Dave Orbon and Paul Gacad. Uh, we were supposed to
Yeah, we were supposed to feature one of the higher brackets of the games,
top tables.
the top tables. However, the top players decided to play on draws.
They decided to to ID to have an intentional draw because we only have 5 rounds and it's already the fourth round. So I guess going into the fourth and fifth round, you can do IDs and still make it to the top 8. So we're featuring the lower brackets here. Rest assured, next time we're gonna be on the lookout for that. So we're gonna be featuring probably the middle brackets next time. So Davis they usually plays with uh, Titan Shift or Escape Shift, while Paul plays.
He usually plays mid range, Abzan or John mid range.
Okay.
So we'll see what they will be playing this time around. And we can see Azusa, so most likely Dave is going to play with Escape Shift.
Yep, playmat is Azusa. Let's see. I'm seeing Liliana from Paul, so it's definitely
Probably Abzan mid range.
okay.
Paul's introducing M&Ms. So I asked Dave to cut it again because he spilled the deck.
Uh,
Yeah, this is definitely Abzan because I saw the Siege Rhino in there.
mm-hmm. And
And he moves because he only had one swamp.
while Dave keeps seven
Yeah.
card hand, but I'm not seeing. I'm seeing a copper line gorge.
Yeah.
Is it copper line gorge? Not sure if
I'm
he's
seeing
still on
black.
escape shift. If yes, black cards. It's definitely not on escape shift.
So
I'll see.
yeah. That's Lily.
Two Liliana. So is that? Yeah, he keeps it. Temple Garden on top. Nope, bottom. Okay, Mishra's Bubble. Oh, not no Lantern deck. Nope. Oh, Death Shadow. Yeah, Death Shadow.
Yeah.
That's Dave's deck, not Grixis Control. Need to correct that later. Marsh Flats for Paul. Dave cracks the Bloodstained Mire, and the strategy of this deck is, of course, you lower your life and then you cast Death Shadow. It gets bigger whenever your life gets lower. It's a cheap creature for just 1 mana, and it can grow exponentially up to 12/12, I think.
If you have Direction and Life and Solemnity in there, it can go to 13/13.
Alright, so that's Thoughtseize for Dave. And
We have two Lilies, one Tarmogoyf, One
Abrupt
abrupt
Decay,
decay,
and then
path
Path
of
to Exile.
exile, and a land. Windswept Heath.
Um,
That's windswept, right?
yep, probably Tarmogoyf. So, not sure if Tarmogoyf or Liliana. Or I guess, yep, it's
Yeah, it's
Liliana.
Lily.
I guess Dave can
Deal with
do
Tarmo.
deal with Tarmogoyf. Then Paul cracks his fetch land. Overrun 2. It's probably a turn to
Tarmogoyf.
Tarmogoyf.
And Tarmogoyf would be 4/5. We have Thoughtseize, an instant there, a
Land and
Planeswalker.
Planeswalker. Plus an artifact.
Yeah, so he's like 4/5, I think. Land, Planeswalker, instant sorcery, artifact. That's 5/6.
Did Paul took 2 damage there for the black white shockland? Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's 5/6.
I think Paul is on 17 maybe. Not sure. So
And
let's.
there, that's how he deals with Tarmogoyf then.
But Paul has a path to exile.
Yeah, he does. But
Yeah, the life total has already been fixed. Okay, so do we see a Lily here for Paul? I guess it's gonna be a
it's gonna
Liliana.
be a Lily. So we
Unless
can,
it gets countered because that's a blue card there.
yeah,
By
stubborn denial or
yes,
swan song.
stubborn denial. Yep, it's most probably stubborn denial
Yeah.
because that's a big creature you got there. There we go.
And there is a stubborn denial.
Okay. Then Paul. Yep, no attacks there. Dave has the bigger creature. It's
So Tarmogoyf is standard 4/5 now. So for
I think
5.
it's just 3/4 land,
Yeah,
planeswalker, and
three
then
four.
instant. All right, Paul's down to 11, and but Dave doesn't have any. Oh, there you go. Dismember,
Dismember
so lowering his life to just 11, and that shadow
is
is
2/2.
2/2. I think Paul has an abrupt decay for
The Death
the Dead
Shadow.
Shadow, but he doesn't have any way of dealing with the Gromag Angler.
Gormagangler.
Snapcaster, Dismember, and the last card. You can see the last card. Okay, discarding Snap. And then playing a tap land, man land. And then another
Tarmogoyf.
Tarmogoyf.
Still 3/4.
It's 4/5
Four
because there's
five.
already a creature
Sorcery.
now. I think it's 5, 5, 5,
Five
6.
5/6.
Land, sorcery, instant creature, transform. So I think it can go toe to toe with Angler. Angler
Angler.
is 5,
Yeah.
5, right?
Yeah.
but he doesn't have any he doesn't have any available mana for the abrupt decay, and they can shrink that Tarmogoyf with
No,
dismember. He has another dismember in hand.
no, no.
See, he can shrink that one, and then he can pump the Death Shadow as well. So the Tarmogoyf goes to 1-2 if Paul decides to block. If it doesn't, that's gonna be 7 damage. If he doesn't, he's dead. I think. Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
If he doesn't block, because Dave can pump the that shadow to 6. I think. Yeah, can pump it to 6. There you go. It's 6 now. So the Tarmogoyf dies, and Paul takes 5. Then Dave goes to 7. Sorry. Yeah, Dave goes to 7.
Um, I'm thinking of what else Paul has in here. Grim
There's a
Flayer.
Grim Flayer.
It's 4/4 basically.
It's still small,
Yeah.
smaller than the
Well, I think what he can do here is just take the beating from Angler, then destroy that shadow, and hopefully he can swing with Grim Flayer and find an answer to Angler.
I think that's what he's gonna be doing. He's
It's gonna be
thinking if
down to one.
he's thinking if he's going to block this. So he
He
blocks
blocks.
the angler,
Let's hope
buying him a
he can
turn.
only hope for Lily. Doesn't have any cards in hand anymore.
But he has that manland that means life. Yeah.
But still, that doesn't answer the threat of Angler.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see if he's gonna be attacking for 2 to gain 2, or he's gonna be holding for
Blocking for.
yeah blocking. Yeah, and then he goes up to 8. She blocks that.
I think.
Yeah, he's forced to block this turn.
Yeah, I think I would just attack if I were him.
Let's see.
So that if he in case draws.
All right, there's
There we
Snapcaster
go. That's game.
for.
Snapcaster for
Well,
Paladins, I think.
I don't think so. He doesn't have any mana to.
Alright.
And the only thing he can flashback is Stubborn Denial, I think, and Dismember. But he
Dismember.
doesn't have any mana to to cast any of it. Oh, so he's just attacking with the anchor. I guess Paul is forced to block here because if he doesn't, it's gonna be lethal next turn if
Yeah.
Dave attacks for both creatures. So Paul goes up to 8. And there's another Death Shadow, which is probably game. Unless there's a.
It cracks for a land.
Uh, I can't think of any card that would save him. Liliana? Nope.
Nope.
Another.
Damnation probably, if he has one.
But I guess that's in the sideboard. I'm not sure if that's main deck.
Damnation is the only way out here, if he has it. In the main board, that is. Nope.
Alright, so
That's game.
that's game 1 for Dave.
I think Davis actually having trouble with his land base.
Yeah, yes, red card in there. Was it a firebolt? Or, I mean, a lightning bolt?
I think he should have Lightning Bolt, Kulagan's Command, and Faithless Looting, but I didn't see any red mana. And
Hmm.
actually, he got stuck to two, and the Snapcaster Mage is there.
Yeah. You should have, he's
At least,
minimum limit is 3 lands,
yeah, 3 or 4 lands.
so that he can. Yeah, but it's this deck doesn't have usually that many lands. I think they only have 18 lands, but it's ideal to have three because you
Three,
have
yeah,
Snapcaster.
yeah. At least you have Snap Bolt, Snap.
Yep. So Paul has Damnation. Probably that's useful. Not sure if he's boarding it in. Nope, he doesn't.
Nope, he doesn't.
What do you think of this matchup? Is this in favor of Dave or Paul?
I think this is in favor of Paul because if we're gonna talk about 1:1 spell, Paul has the advantage because he has Path to Exiles, Fatal Pushes, and then bigger creatures technically. Liliana, which you can disrupt the hands and the sacrifice effects because Dave doesn't have much threat on play. But of course, what do you call this? The draw on the library still is a big thing. If Paul can't draw answers to the creatures in a timely manner, then probably Dave will have the advantage
Hmm.
because two Death Shadows in play is very crucial. Two like 6/6 Death Shadows, 4/4 Death Shadows. That's really hard to block even for Tarmogoyf.
I guess I think it's evenly matched because whatever removal Dave lacks, yes, removal via bolt, and yes, that Snapcaster he also has that dismember. I guess it his advantage is probably the counter spells. Yeah, he
Yeah,
can
the
counter
Stubborn
those.
Denial.
Yeah, the stubborn denial.
But I don't
Uh,
think he's playing full set of that.
yeah, I don't think so as well. Um,
If Paul is playing like 8 discards and 1 CMC removals, that's already in favor of him
yeah. Don't
because
forget
Dave is
that
only
Liliana doubles
playing,
as removal as
yeah,
well.
and Dave is only playing like how many creatures? Let's say 4 Death Shadows, 4 Snapcaster Mages, 4 Gourmag Anglers.
Not sure if they have 4 anglers there.
Yeah, let's just count it as four.
Yeah, so it has 12 creatures,
12 creatures, and Paul already has like
8
8
removal
removal
spells, plus
spells,
the Assassin's
plus Assassin's
Trophy,
Trophy, the Abrupt
Abrupt
Decays,
Decays,
Maelstrom Pulses,
and then Liliana as well.
Lilianas,
And Collective Brutality can be also removable for the
the Stubborn
no,
Denials.
the Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah,
So yeah,
so basically, Paul has the advantage in terms of answers.
yeah.
However, if if we're talking about the luck in play, it can go anywhere.
Can go both ways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and as you can see earlier, it was already in Paul's favor because he has like 5/6 Tarmogoyf in play. But once he passes the priority to Dave, it gone south because of the Gourmag Angler and what happened to Tarmogoyf.
Dismember.
Yeah, no, Tarmogoyf became small because of Gourmet Angler. Because
Ah, okay.
Gourmet Angler
It's
removes
bigger.
basically everything that makes what do you call this
At the graveyard.
Tarmogoyf
Yeah,
bigger.
you're exiling your graveyard, so you're shrinking the Tarmogoyf.
Yeah.
So Paul mauls and Dave as well. So they're mauling to 6.
I think they've won championship on another shop because the Azusa is having a brand here,
Yeah, it's. I'm not sure if he won that
or
for
he bought that.
for a tournament for Block 101. Dave is a regular player there, and as you can see, his shirt
Yeah, his shirt is
is has a logo of Block 101. So he's a house player for Block 101, and Dave has many accomplishments as well with other tournaments. So this guy
he's a
is
seasoned
known.
player.
Yeah, he's a seasoned player. He uses Titan Shift.
Yeah.
So
And on the other
he's one of the
hand,
better players here. Better players that we have here.
yeah, actually, and Paul actually has been playing Magic since 15 years ago. He just didn't. He just never played in sanctioned tournaments before
And
because
Paul's a pauper player, right?
yeah, he's a power player. Uh, he's actually known here in Manila to
To
what
be
do
a
you call
pauper
this
player, yeah.
to be a power
He's a
player.
great player in the pauper world.
Yeah,
I think he's just venturing into modern
recently.
recently, yeah.
So Paul is gonna move to 5.
Hmm.
Dave is gonna keep the 6.
So that hurts Paul because
Okay, that's a bad hand for Paul.
he's on the player, right? So
Yeah,
that hurts him.
I think he's gonna move to 4 here.
Doesn't have any lands.
Only one land.
It's risky if he keeps that,
Yeah.
but I don't think he can afford to go to 4 lands. So that's up an abrupt decay. So he's hoping that he gets a land on top. So it's another bubble, consistent bubble. Turn 1 play, and then fetches for Bloodstained Mire. Dave takes 1. Let's see if he will be putting Shockland untap.
Or tapped. If
Uh,
he
I guess he's gonna play it untap.
untapped,
Yeah,
Thoughtseize probably.
there's no sense if he's gonna be putting it into play tap.
Yeah, not at
Uh,
this point.
yeah, in his turn.
There
Yeah,
you go,
there's Thoughtseize.
Thoughtseize.
So that's 5 damage, and then
We have Lily, Assassin's Trophy, Abrupt Decay,
no
Green Player.
Scarlet, a green player, and then
Oh, that's Kitchen Finks. I'm sorry.
Kitchen Finks and
Kitchen Finks and
Assassin's Trophy.
Assassin's Trophy.
What do you get there?
I think I'll go with either Lily or
Assassin's Trophy,
no, or Green
green
Player.
player.
Because if Paul will destroy one of my creatures, I'll also get a land out of it, so that's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kitchen Finks doesn't do much. The 4 damage. I mean the gain 4 life from Kitchen Finks is negligible at this point.
Well, that's what Dave took out. We never know what these players think.
Yeah.
So, Serum
Serum Vision.
Visions. So Paul passes the turn without playing anything, right?
Yeah. Because it doesn't have any land.
So that's another untap shock land for Dave. So Another damage here. He can already cast a Death Shadow.
No, not yet. It's still on 13, so the shadow's still gonna die.
Yeah, another damage. Yeah, another damage for him. And I think we have
Yeah,
another
there,
thoughts.
there you go.
He
Toxies.
can cast
Now
Death Shadow next turn.
I will get Lily or Green Player,
Probably
but you will
getting
probably get Assassin's Trophy.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's the second land for Paul.
But it's still a bad
It's a
land.
it's a bad. Yep. He's
Couldn't cast anything.
you can see his reaction there. Another thought
Not a
says.
Toxies.
So what do you think will he be getting there?
Lily.
Liliana.
Then face
Then
that shadow.
nope, no Dead
No
Shadow
that
yet.
shadow.
Okay, so Paul has a Path to Exile. He drew a Path to Exile so he can deal with the creature. Let's see. Angler. Yeah,
Midnight
there you go.
Angler. And that's a threat.
Expect it to be a Path. Okay, so he didn't path it yet, and
There
the
you
end
go.
step. So I guess Paul can fetch for a green land, green black or green white, Temple
Yeah.
Garden or Overgrown Tomb. I would have passed that angler.
At the end turn.
Yeah,
Yeah, me too.
because Dave is tapped out. There's no way he can respond with a stubborn denial. And I think that's the plan anyway. You're gonna pass that later as well, right? Or maybe he's reserving it for Death Shadow.
He's gonna play Green Player,
Yep.
saving the white mana for path.
Yeah. So they're discussing if it's ready. We call this
Green Player, if it's already Delirium,
Delirium.
which it is not.
Not yet, right? One more, right?
Yeah, one more kind.
One more card type.
Yeah. Deep
Okay.
swings, bluffing for path.
I guess Paul is nope. He took the 5 damage instead. I think he's really preserving that path to exile for the Dead Shadow. So he attacks for what's that?
This number,
The Fatal Push.
a fatal push. There you go. It's already Delirium.
Delirium without the creature, and then the path to
Ah,
exile. I don't know. He could have probably packed that during the attack.
yeah.
Preserve 5 more life. Now Dave gets to have another blue source. And he's probably he probably has either stubborn denial or yes, Snapcaster Mage. Yeah. So there's a lightning bolt for 3. So falls down to 9.
If I were him, I
So there's
would.
another angler here.
If I were him, I would have
Nope.
Assassin's Trophy the red mana.
Doesn't have, yeah, this deck doesn't have a basic
Basic
mountain.
mountain.
Yeah, that would have been key.
But since Paul's just new to modern, probably he doesn't know
A
the deck
snap
that
bolt
much.
here.
Yeah.
So falls down to 6. And then Assassin's Trophy.
That was a bad choice.
What?
That was a bad choice by Paul. Because I think he was thinking that Dave can't bolt because Snap died.
Ah, yeah. Paul's life should be down to 6 now. There we go. So there's no play for Paul. What are his outs? Probably needs gain life here.
Maybe just what do you call that?
Siege
Siege
Rhino.
Rhino
There we go. So there's
or
a threat.
Lily.
Or Liliana, yeah. There we go. Liliana of the Veil. Sacrificing Rhino.
Lily could buy him a turn.
Mhm. I'm seeing Bolt.
Yeah, I think I'm seeing Bolt and Stubborn Denial.
Yeah. Yeah, they doesn't have any creature, so he's really thinking if he's gonna be using that Bolt for Paul or for Liliana.
Yeah.
So Paul, I think he got a creature there.
Hopefully it's Siege Rhino.
Oh,
No,
it's
it's
Tireless
Tireless
Tracker.
Trapper.
Let's see. Oh, uh, Dave has call against command. So I guess this is already game over. Yeah, so I saw call against command here.
Bolt Colagan's command.
So, yep. How many damage that? 2 damage.
Yeah, two.
So killing the Tireless Tracker.
Nope, I think that's the face.
And then discard.
Then Bolt Snap Bolt.
Yeah. He doesn't have any. Does he have any Snapcaster there?
Doesn't have Snapcaster in hand.
No, he doesn't have any. I'm not sure if he does. Not don't know if he has. So yeah, Paul can still survive here, even if
Kitchen Finks
if he
or
gets bolted to the face, he can still down to 1,
yeah,
and he can still get Siege
Siege
Rhino
Rhino.
or Kitchen
Kitchen
Finks.
Finks. He didn't activate Lily. He should have activated
Yeah,
Lily
yeah, he
earlier.
should have activated that.
I wonder what's in his hand that makes him so afraid of
So
it.
this member takes care of the Tireless Tracker.
I'm wondering what's in his hand that makes him not.
No, he doesn't have any hand anymore. He
Oh, he
probably
does. He
missed that.
does.
Now, just now, but before, all right, doesn't have any. So that would gain him life,
Ooze.
scavenging ooze.
Nope. Oh yeah, there is one resource.
Gave him one life. Let's see. Let's see. So call
That's
against
Kulagan's
command.
command. Gulmag Anger. No, just Kulagan's command.
Yeah, call against Lagan's command and taking back Gormag Angler
Yeah.
and then discarding it as well for the
Effect of healing.
Lily effect. Yeah. So it's game. That's game.
Both.
Yeah. So Dave takes the game, and I guess we'll be back for round five.